What's up, everybody? Today we've got an amazing matchup for you guys in the final World Championship qualifier, SpaceStation Gaming versus Queen Walkers, two of the best teams in the world competing in this $1 million tournament to see who is going to be going to Helsinki later this month. Now, this match is not an elimination match because they are currently in a triple elimination format, but let's go ahead and see who wins match number one. Also, huge thank you to Supercell for allowing me to post a couple of these matches. I'm going to be posting two of them. Shout out to the casters as well. They did a great job.
We are diving into the action, Woody, and we have Stars taking it off for Queen Walkers against SpaceStation.
And he is coming in classic with that lava loon we know and love. A huge strike right into the core of the base, though, sending it in, and this spell's bats are going to be taking down that multi-target Inferno. A confused Royal Champion looking for any target to fire on, but not finding it. The CC goes down as well, and that is going to be an entire army that Stars has dealt with early on in the raid. He's going to start with an attack off the top side now. These heroes are going in Sui style, ready to take out as many air defenses and key anti-balloon defenses that they can before they make their way toward the Town Hall.
Yes, absolutely, and it was beautiful to see that while his Skelly Donut was still going, he already started the other part of his attack, the hero dive coming into the Town Hall and the Scattershot compartment, and with the help of the invisibility spell, the Queen takes out the Town Hall, and this actually, the Skelly Donut, it's a very, very strong strategy, and it seemed like this base was inviting the player to do it, and I'm very excited to see if that might be a bait, although it's very tough to bait this exact strategy. But Woody, we have to see how the Lalo will now start through the base.
He has just lost a ton of balloons to that Eagle artillery shot.
Yes.
Surely was not hoping for that to happen, but did hold on to 10 more balloons for the later stage of this base. Still, I'm seeing that single target Inferno looking menacing up top. If it gets the lock onto that Stone Slammer, that could be big trouble for Stars, who's trying desperately to loop counterclockwise back around the other side of the space. Lots of loons to help him out with it, but what is going to be taking them down? I don't know. He's got a pretty good shot here.
Exactly, it was a very patient Lalo. He held on to a couple of spells here for the end of the attack, and now these minions triggering the tornado trap, so really nothing that can stop him anymore, with the Stone Slammer still intact, with the Warden still helping out. And you said it, even though he lost a couple of, or a lot of loons actually at the start with this Eagle artillery shot, he kept his cool and he made it work, got down the Royal Champion with the Headhunters that were protected by the Warden ability for long enough. And here we go! A quick one as well, a 2 minute 13 second 3-star for Stars. And starting the day off right for his team, Woody. Now, we have to take a look at pCASTRO from SpaceStation. He wants to answer with another triple, Woody. And he's coming in with the Queen Charge Lalo.
Right you are, Maxi, and just as a quick reminder for any newcomers here, this is going to be a war to a total of 15 stars. Any star that is missed could be a crippling chance for your opponents to overcome you. You get that first star for 50% overall damage, the second star for destroying the Town Hall, and that coveted third star for 100% total destruction. That is the goal and nothing less for each of these attackers, as pCASTRO will be following up with a similar strategy to what we just saw, another aerial attack with the lava loons, but not using a Skelly Donut this time, instead relying on a Queen Charge. You see all of those healers backing up that Queen, giving her lots of breathing room and space to take a lot of hits as she makes her way onto this right side corner, popping down an Eagle artillery of all things, including that air defense, but soaks as taking air mine onto one of her healers. She'll have to be careful to avoid any more damage after that.
Yes, and he has actually also lost his Unicorn early on, and there we see the second Black Mine. And as he's starting with the Lalo, I just wanted to emphasize how unlucky he got there with the Coconut Balloon, but we have to watch this Lalo unfold, because this is very, very interesting. It's like a small Lalo with the blimp towards the Town Hall and the Warden ability, and then he is adding more Lalo later on, and I haven't seen that before. it's very, very interesting, and it seems like SpaceStation have done their homework and have come up with maybe something new, some new strategies to surprise their opponents, who are also known for their base building. But now we have to see if he has enough to get through the end of the attack. But Woody, he also still has his king with the king ability for the back end of the attack.
Yeah, it's a bit of an unusual follow-up here in the pro scenes. Usually you see so many troops all coming down like a tornado of destruction, but this time instead, pCASTRO was a bit more circumspect, a bit more careful, and what you sacrifice in overall firepower by holding on to troops like that, you make up for in the ability to funnel them directly onto the defenses that you need to go down. And look at this at the end, 3 extra balloons, 2 extra spells. So much time left. pCASTRO has once again crushed another base. It is going to be a 3-3 tie to start things off between SpaceStation and the Queen Walker Stephanie.
And now we see something we don't see that often, Woody. We see the Inferno Baby Dragons by GAKU.
Things are heating up for GAKU. These Inferno Dragons do a lot of damage after they've locked onto their target for a little while. Not quite as reliable as the Lava Loons, if you ask me, but in the right circumstances, they do get good value. GAKU's also going to be backing up these Inferno Dragons with 10 balloons, so not going to be totally forsaking those defense-targeting troops. You do see a little bit of a poke out on the right side, taking down that Town Hall early on. This gives him a lot more confidence to be able to charge through the rest of the base without the possibility of a 1-star failure. GAKU's going to be able to burn up that Lava Hound using that Inferno Dragon. You can just see how quickly that damage ramps up for the attacker here. Now, we are 1 minute into the attack, though, and GAKU's starting a little bit slower than our previous hitters. He's going to be moving it all on this bottom right side, though. No fear of that scatter shot as he charges straight in. Red Warden backing him up with an early Eternal Tome to protect from this oncoming Eagle Artillery fire. Can he make it over this rampart, Eve Maxi?
Yeah, so far it's looking good. He was very, very patient there at the start of his attack, doing the safe blimp for the Town Hall first, doing some funneling as well. But now we have to see how we can get through the core of the base. This is always the most interesting thing about this attack strategy, but he's got so many spells still left and the Royal Champion to deploy. 4 free spells, so we're going to have to see if he can make good use of those. Right now he's pushing through the core. Yeah, I think pretty well, and this is looking very, very good for me at this point. Queen still alive, Royal Champion doing damage, and Woody, so many Inferno Dragons still up.
And he has concentrated that freeze effect on those defending multi-target Infernos. That is what has kept these Inferno Dragons on attack to still have so much power toward the end of this raid. A lot of them floating around to the top side of the base there, you see, kind of got a little bit clustered and clumped on the outer edge, but nonetheless those heroes made up for it in the interior. That big Royal Champion shield knocking down so many defenses and giving another 3-star to follow up with. High hit rates and offense supreme for these teams.
Oh, this is interesting. It is a Queen Charge Hydra attack here from Leo. Also an attack that we haven't seen that often since actually later in autumn of last year. So very, very interested to see if he can make good use of it and if he is going to use a safe blimp for the Town Hall here and if it is trapped, Woody. So that's what we're going to be on the lookout for.
Right, you are, Maxie. And of course, the viewers should know that there are 2 primary hybrid attacks out there, the Hawk Riders and Miners on the ground. And then it's the Dragons and the Dragon Riders in the skies. In both cases, you have 2 different troops that can target both defenses and non-defensive buildings, giving you a good spread of offensive options to take down those really pesky targets that can deal a lot of damage to your troops, but also to be able to spread out and make sure that you get a wave of destruction across the entirety of the map, not just single focusing down on defensive targets. This is going to help him out for speed, and as long as he's able to knock down this bottom compartment with this Queen Charge, which it looks like he's going to be able to do, he should be well set up for a big strike out on the right side corner. Oh no, he's going to go from the left.
Yes, I just realized, I didn't see it at the start of the attack, but he had brought 2 lightning spells and he took out the sweeper that would otherwise have pointed against this Hydra force that is coming in there on the left side now. A couple of things I want to mention. So first of all, now the blimp has a long way to the town hall. Let's see how it gets through, and if there is a tornado trap, there's actually already a lot going on there. Tornado trap found. We have to take a look at that. Freeze used, but the Yetis should be able to take out the town hall. There we go, good job. The Queen losing ability, but still taking a lot out. But Woody, so much happening at the same time. The King coming in on the right.
So much happening simultaneously, and yet Leo has got a good handle on all of it. There are still a lot of big flying troops up on the top side. Dragons and Dragon Riders just demolishing this base. Meanwhile, up the gut, the Queen and her sister are getting so much value against these defensive structures, keeping the damage off of those high-flying critters. Another invis spell thrown out for good measure, and Leo hasn't even used his Royal Champion's ability yet. This base has been absolutely crushed once again. SpaceStation on a march toward the top with a 3-star by Leo. Let's see if Kazuma from the Queen Walkers next can follow up with just as good a strike. It's still going sky high, but only just one Lava Hound this time for this massive Loon army to protect them. This really requires careful picking away at defenses early on, especially with this Queen charge seeking to get down at least the air defense and maybe some more. You see there that the defensive range of that multi-target Inferno might even give Kazuma the opportunity to knock that down, but he's going to roll in with a log launcher for this bottom compartment as well, raging up the Queen and the healers. Log Launcher can't benefit from the rage, but the pop ability is going to be no good news for Kazuma, who is likely hoping to hold that until later in the raid.
Yes, and the Log Launcher being targeted by the scatter shot is not good for him either. And, okay, I mean, he still reacted very well, and the Queen is still alive, but he has lost the ability and has to keep that in mind, especially when getting closer to this single target Inferno at the center of the base, where I think his charge is going to lead up to. But yeah, very interesting to see that he brought 3 Super Barbarians who are doing some funneling work on the right side, and their job is to get the King into the Eagle Artillery, and that worked out perfectly. So even though he lost his Queen ability early on, this is still looking good. But now the Queen targeting the enemy Hound while she is in range of the single target Inferno is not ideal for him, and we have to see how he can react.
That single target burns up awfully fast, and Kazuma is going to be losing a lot of troops to it. Nothing to target in the interior yet, and the Queen goes down to the multi-mortar of all things. That Town Hall on defense is getting frozen down. Kazuma barely holding on as he tries to path along through the last leg of this offense, but it is a mighty Loon army, 20 strong, and dodging that big Giga Bomb. The balloons are going to be wrapped up in a tornado trap. Hopefully they can dodge that poison. No, they're pathing right through it, Maxi!
Yes, that was a perfectly placed tornado trap, and even though he delayed the Warden ability a bit, look at these traps. That was incredible. Very, very well done. Now he can... This is not going to 3-star anymore. Let's spoiler it at this point, because he just has the Royal Champion and a couple of smaller troops left, and then the Royal Champion is now even taking on the enemy Hound here, so he has to go for percentage at this point. So one mistake, or the main mistake he did, was to use the Rage spell at the start too late. He was maybe a little too greedy, or maybe he didn't have too many rages. I don't recall the exact amount, but he was a little late, and that caused his Queen to lose the Queen ability. But that was not the biggest problem. The biggest problem was that then his Siege Machine couldn't get, the Log Launcher couldn't get the value he expected. So it's yeah, the limitation of damage at this point, and he is finishing with a 86% 2-star, the first fail of this war, and this will for sure give SpaceStation some momentum, but also some pressure, because they have to make this fail count for themselves now with another triple. Yeah, exactly, and we only have seen 5 attacks so far, so that's just half of the attacks. So even though it looks good for SpaceStation right now, they still have to triple first. So that's what Marinaul is looking to do right now. Wow, that was such a late Warden ability. Beautiful, because he wants this blimp, this battle blimp, to go all the way to the Town Hall. And there he goes with the super minions, with the clone spell, with the invisibility spell, taking out not just the multi-inferno, but the Town Hall as well. And that is a lot of value. Now we have to see his Dragon Force making their way through the core of the base.
Through the fire and the flames, they are carrying them on. The topside dragons, though, are going to get divorced from those dragon riders along the bottom. And without any protection from the Grand Warden, they are going to get taken down by that Eagle artillery. Bad news here from Marinaul, who needs some way to deal with that heavy flaming defense. It looks like a very difficult run along the bottom side, going for that counterclockwise push, but he is holding on with some more spell support. 3 freezes and an invis yet to use. Hasn't even dropped the world champion yet, and I'm wondering what he's waiting for. Just send her in to take down the Eagle. There it is. Marinaul's going to get the stab up at the top and give some more lifelines to the troops down at the bottom. Still yet to get that triple coat secured.
Yes, and I think it can still triple, but it is getting very close, because the dragons didn't get the value that Marinaul intended to get with them, but he is making great usage of the spells he has left, and that is exactly what he needs to do at this point. He has to get his Queen and Royal Champion through. What? Oh, that was a perfectly timed invisibility spell there, but the Skellies? No way.
No way. A skeleton army! All raged around the Queen!
Wow.
Winter has come for Marinaul as the army of the dead stopped short this assault. His Queen has been dethroned, and with that, Kazuma's defenses will hold on. But it is a Pyrrhic victory for our defenders, because despite this holding power, Marinaul has toppled the 86% mark, and that means that SpaceStation will be in the lead despite this miss.
Exactly. I mean, that was such a clutch finish for Kazuma's base here, with the double Skelly trap and the giant bomb, taking out the archers of the Queen, and yeah, stopping the Queen from taking out the other defenses. Very, very close, but maybe it was because he didn't get too much value there at the start of the attack with the dragons. But as you said, it doesn't matter that much. I mean, a 1-star differential, a 1-star lead would have been nicer for them, but it is still the lead. So that means if they triple out, they will still win this, no matter what the Queen Walker's Stephanie squad is going to do.
But we will need to toss it back to Klaus now. Not going to be closing, in fact, for the Queen Walkers, but will be their 4th attacker. Leading in now with a triple Lava Hound, super heavy aerial offense commitment here. No healers for this Queen at all. Instead, it's going to be all about those loons dropping the bombs. 4 headhunters here to back up as well, as there's a lot of internalized heroes on this base that Leo has built. Might be difficult to reach, and so he's going to have to be very careful about his troops all the way inside. So these spells too, man.
Yes. Yes, very interesting. And Klaus is coming in with a hero dive here to start his attack off, and then he has a huge lava loon army, as you already said, Woody. 3 lava hounds and 26 balloons. So at this point, with the help of the log launcher, making his way through into the heart of the base, into the core, and the Royal Champion this time doing a good job taking out this scatter shot. There we go. And the Queen taking out, with the help of the King, the Eagle artillery compartment, and now his Lalo portion is starting already. And he also activated the Town Hall, and I'm sorry, but I missed how it got activated there. Did you see that, Bodhi, by any chance?
Well, I was concentrated on the bottom side there, where I saw that it had a few loons, and made sure that air defense had a little bit more time to work on that Lava Hound. Seeing now over the right side of the interaction between the Town Hall and the outfit of Grand Warden, now able to over on top of it. I think that he's doing quite well.
Yes, a couple of balloons made it out of the Town Hall poison, but with the help of the heal spell, Klaus is managing to get them back up to full life, but still a multi-inferno at the back end, 2 freezes, but he's skipping the 12 o'clock air defense, and this is getting very, very, very close. What do you? I don't know if this can triple. It is, yeah, it is a close attack. We have to just wait and see. Very tough to estimate at this point. He's got the help of the Warden, but losing balloons quickly here. And the air defense is right at the back end of the attack. I don't know, Woody. I don't know. It's close. It's so close. No. Okay, it's the owl. I thought the Warden got targeted.
No, oh, it was the Electro Owl first. Electro Owl took some shots. Boom. Got it down.
There we
Warden alive a little longer, and those ranged hits from the Grand Warden were super helpful in being able to keep those balloons safe. Tosses out the poison as a little bit of swag, and Klaus will, in fact, get the triple.
Wow. Another example of how patient the Queen Walker Stephanie players are with their Lalo attacks. We saw it in Stars' attack in the very first one, in the opening attack of this war, but now the same for Klaus. It looked so close, but he kept his calm. The heal spell was a very good addition to this army, because with a perfectly spelled tornado trap, you can never be sure that your loons will not be in the Town Hall poison, at least for a little bit.
Bernaul's going to be attacking from the bottom corner here with that Queen charge. Has to drop an early rage here to protect her from some unexpected defenses. Traps popping up along the bottom side here are not going to be too much of a problem for him, though, as he's going to be splitting up his attack now with a Barbarian King over on the right side corner. These hero dives are very effective early on, and they're going to be joined up with a Grand Warden and that Royal Champion adding on. We've got 17 rocket wounds for this assault. No Lava Hounds at all to protect them, and it's going to be all about the aim of these balloons, making sure that they get on their targets before those enemy defenses can fire away at them, because there's basically no blocking power at all here at Max Steel.
Yes, this looks very strong and very interesting here, and we know Bernaul, he is famous for his Queen charges, and he did a beautiful job there with keeping her alive with the freeze spell, with the rage spell, all perfectly timed, even though there was so much damage, but also the rest of the attack looking very, very strong. The little Royal Champion and King dive on the right side got an incredible amount of value, and look at that. His wall wrecker got all the way to the center of the base with the Yetis inside, and his Queen is making her way to the Town Hall. That is exactly what he intended to do with her. And the Warden is solo on the right side. Now he's sending in the rocket loons, and wow, he's finding a lot of traps there, but still, honestly, I don't know what should stop him here. The Queen, with abilities still intact. The rocket balloons being supported by the Warden as well, and a Headhunter and an invisibility spell, taking out the multi, taking out the Royal Champion, and Woody, there's nothing left of this base. This is incredible! The Queen making her way all the way through. Bernaul has so much power, and this attack is no doubt going to be a 3-star. He even uses the Queen ability to be better on time, because as we said before, time can still be decisive. If both teams will have the exact same amount of stars and percentage towards the end of the attack, then time will decide, and this is still within the scope of the possible, Woody. Let's take a look at the next attack. Yuda coming in, they finishing attacker for Queen Walker Stephanie, and they need the 3-star here to put some pressure back on SpaceStation, because we can see it right there on the leaderboard on the right side that Queen Walker Stephanie are still back 1% on average. But Yuda coming in, starting it off with a super safe blimp, so a blimp with a couple of sneaky goblins inside to take out the Town Hall. First he checked for traps with the balloons and the super balloons. He lured out the clan castle troops, which the Queen is taking care of at the bottom of the screen. And then guys, this attack actually looks very, very similar to the second attack we saw today from Queen Walkers. I think GAKU was it, who came in with the Inferno Dragon as well. The Town Hall was also on the right side of the base. He started the exact same way with the super safe blimp, then with the Queen at the bottom, and then with the Inferno baby dragons. So if you guys at home think that you're seeing a replay of the very first attack, make no mistake. This is another attack, but it seems like an exact copy of that first one. So let's see if it has the same result as well, getting a 3-star for Queen Walkers.
Well, the first half of this attack has been very... Very strong so far. Inferno Dragons are going to get those enemy Teslas popped up now on the back left side. Not entirely a Tesla farm, but still lots of offensive power to be able to knock them out. I think Yuta14 looks still quite confident here. Holding on to so many spells for the back end as well. Has just dropped another freeze out there and didn't clip onto that air defense. Could be some danger for the Grand Warden there if he can't keep those Inferno Dragons out in front. Looks like he will, in fact, but being very conservative with his spells. I would have dropped so many more so much quicker to protect these Inferno Dragons, Maxi.
Yeah, me probably too, but you can really see the experience of Yuta here, because he knows towards the end of an attack with so many dragon troops, in this case Inferno baby dragons, the heroes can usually finish the base. And look at that, he has the queen with ability, the royal champion with the ability, just used the king ability, has a couple of spells left, and Woody, this is the next overkilling 3-star attack that we have, really demolishing this base, leaving nothing, and especially no doubt about Queen Walker's quality of attacking. They're finishing with a 3-star, and that means that SpaceStation now have the pressure. Their final attacker will have to 3-star to get to the next round, otherwise or to the upper bracket in the next round, otherwise they will have their first loss. So it really comes down to just this one last attack.
He's brought in 31 balloons, and interestingly the Ice Hound this time to put a little bit of frosty support here and freeze up some defenses that might otherwise cause some trouble.
Yeah, most interestingly though, in my opinion, he just brought the Ice Hound, and we usually see it combined with at least another Hound. So this is an army where he goes very, very heavy on the Loons and not that heavy on the Lava Hounds. So now we see a beautiful Flame Flinger that we haven't seen too much so far. And yeah, the Flame Flinger, of course, has the job to eventually take out the Eagle Artillery and, of course, all the other defenses around there. CELINHO started off with the lightning spells, and now we see yet another hero dive. The king and the royal champion working together beautifully at the bottom of the screen, and the queen just in time taking out the cannon, so the royal champion can make her way over to the right side to help the king with the scatter shot and the enemy royal champion. And now we have to see if the queen can take out the town hall, because this is going to be crucial for this attack to work.
Well, I think she's got a good, solid chance of being able to do it. Does she have the right pathing, though? She's made it onto a lot of buildings on the exterior, get some support from the Ice Golem. Not really going inside as quickly as we were hoping for. That's going to be some additional shots off from that Expo, and it's going to force CELINHO to drop a little bit more support to help her out over there. Gets another giant and a wizard. Oh, it's going to walk right into a giant bomb, though. Archer Queen does have support from that unicorn, though, and CELINHO knows how important that queen charge is. Going to give an invis spell just to make sure that everything goes smoothly over there. And with that out, he's going to drop a really unfortunate lava launcher, which just gets demolished by the Eagle Artillery. Very, very unfortunate, since you want to try to get as much damage as possible from that lava launcher. It pops out some balloons, but CELINHO's in tough, dire straits now. Can he collapse into the middle of the space and get that 3-star after all?
Yeah, it is looking good. He's got such a huge amount of balloons. Even this Ice Hound still alive, and if he takes out this multi-inferno on the right side, I think he is looking good. Ooh, even though the traps at the core of the base are giving him a hard time, but Woody, there's just a single inferno with the builder hut left, and I don't think that this
the Ice Hound is still there!
Yes. And this is looking so good for CELINHO. I think the Flame Flinger had so much value still. You were right, it was unlucky that it got targeted by the queen, but it still got a lot of value, got the Eagle Artillery down, and so many more defenses. And this is the 3-star for CELINHO, securing the win for SpaceStation. He didn't let the pressure get to him, he made it work, and this attack was yet another big overkill of the base. Congratulations to SpaceStation, very, very good showing